I'm Jarkko Anttiroiko from Enterpay, and the brother here is Sven Estwall, not Johan, as mentioned before. As always, because I'm the fintech here and he's the money arrives just on time. I'm here today to speak about a bit about collaborative business model in B2B payments, our case, and basically this pitch about us. Well, we are doing business-to-business payments, and I suppose at least some of you have bought something for your company in the internet. Isn't that so? Do you like the invoice, the expenses management system and the travel management system of your company? Raise hands. Well, I guess right. Nobody likes those systems. So the way companies want to pay by default, it's invoice. But invoice is offered quite seldomly. It's offered only in shops which are closed from the audience, closed from the public. And those open web shops you can enter without pre-registering, well, they offer you cards or bank payments. Well, both of these ways actually have problems. If the merchant don't have invoice, well, the customers are a bit unhappy. They are annoyed. Well, maybe then they don't go away, but if they find another better solution, well, they will change. So that causes problems in checkout and also conversion. Those customers are not loyal. Even bigger problem occur when the merchant has a closed web shop. And I would say that that kind of closed ordering system isn't web shop at all. In a sense that you acquire your customers from the web and develop the customer relationship on the web. That isn't so. It's just a replacement, an alternative to phone and paper-based coupons. So those kind of companies, when they sell very, very differently. Those companies who have open systems, they acquire their customers much cheaper than those merchants that have these closed environments, closed systems. The latter ones are using methods that are from 30 years back, from 80s and from 70s. They are making cold calls, they have field sales, selling these credentials to get into the ordering systems. Compared to the customers or merchants who are using, for example, methods that are used for in B2C e-commerce, they can get their customers much more cheaply. What we do, we actually enable any business acquire their customers in cheap manner. How we do that is actually basically pretty simple process. First, the customer goes to the web shop, can shop immediately, doesn't have to register. We just check who you are, whether you have something to do with the company you are claiming you are representing, and then we check whether that company is creditworthy or not. When that's okay, we tell to the merchant, well, you can deliver, you will get your money. Then we send the information, what was bought, the information needed for invoicing to the financial company, which is our partner. And that financial company, in the end, is issuing an invoice to the customer. So we are enabling any financial institution to enter this kind of new business. How money goes? The financial institution is settling the merchant, so that merchant always get the money, and the risk is transferred to the financial company who can carry it. Then, well, the bank gets the money afterwards. The merchant pays a fee, which is reasonable, consider that there's no risk and the process is very smooth. And then in the end, we got paid by the financial institution. There's benefits for everyone. First of all, for the merchant who pays the bill in the end. Less risk, lower customer acquisition cost, higher customer satisfaction, and in the end, more sales. For the customer, as you can understand, it's far more easy than using payment methods that are originally designed for private people, for private use. Less administrative work and cost, and better control over the purchases. And for the financial institutions, this solution actually enables way to enter to the totally new business. It's an additional revenue source. It's rapid access to the new market with low investment and cost and low risk. Well, about the company, we are 7 people, 4 nationalities, working in Maria, Oudo to 1, Helsinki. And we have working product on the market, 2 Nordic partners to date, and a bit over 3,000 users at the moment. If you want to learn more, just please contact me. And well, basically, maybe Sven then can explain how they see this as an investment and what they are thinking about fintech investment in general.
Thank you, Jarkko. I just want to say a few words about myself, Sven Estwall. I have been working in the financial sector for many years, first as a banker, then as a head of payment company MasterCard. I was established ICA Bank, which was a kind of startup 17 years ago. We built a new bank in the Swedish market, and then I became head of Visa, and then I've been in SEB for a number of years, and now finally working with NFT Ventures, which is a venture capital company established in Sweden, supported by the Bonnier Media Group, and Collector Bank, which is a niche bank, kind of niche bank in the west coast of Sweden, in Göteborg. The company has been running now for nearly 3 years. I've been there 2 years. We have investing in 30 to 35 companies. One of them is Enterpay, and we are focusing on the fintech market. So we said that fintech includes all kind of services and products where the financial institutions and banks offers to the customers. We have been looking into 800 companies during the period of 2 years in a market, and out of them 35 has been coming an investment in our company, and those are property tech, fintech, and insurance tech. I think we are transforming now the market from how it was yesterday and what it will be tomorrow. And the bank has normally, many years ago, a customer relation built on the local contact with the customer, etc. Today we see a lot more customer who is trying to find out different kind of bank services in different banks. They maybe have one key bank where they're using the most services, but then they are picking around and looking after other kind of services with price, quality, etc. But I think tomorrow will be definitely a new kind of area where we see telecom kind of companies like Spotify, banks and media house, etc., who will trying to get as much as possible of the customer relation. And then they find different ways of taking the service from company who is providing infrastructure, etc. So I think the key is to own the relationship with the customers, and the key is also to decide if you want to become having the customer relationship or not. But I think that we will be seeing a lot of difference there. NFT Ventures, we are a company who's running our main business in Sweden, also coming in Finland and England. But we see the Northern Europe as our possible market for investments. And we said that the focus is, of course, in the Nordics, but if there will be interesting company where we want to invest, we will also go to that market. I think we have two major contacts who is supporting our business, which is the Bonnier Group, Collector Bank. We also, I want to mention, have a cooperation with Stanford University where we will support different kind of entrepreneurs, companies in the Nordics and give opportunities to be a part of the study education for startups in Stanford, which I believe is very interesting for many companies. This is the map we have today where we have investing in different companies. I don't want to go to all of them, but as you see on the right, on the left-hand side, we have Enterpay as a part of the payment company. We have grouped them in trading, data research, analytics, cryptocurrency, foreign exchange. And there you can see different kind of groups. Of course, we have a couple of companies where we have investing in crowdfunding, peer-to-peer lending. Payments is of course, credit broker, services like Avtal24, which is a company who providing services, legal services to customers over the internet and remote. SEB, for example, are using that in their normal banking business. And we see a lot of new cooperation also with the established bank in the market. I think this picture will show a little bit of what we think is the coming year's work for us, because we are in our portfolio company, which is a lot of today 35 companies, where we helping, supporting the business as much as possible. I mean, a part of our job is to really be there close to the companies and try to make as much as possible out of our investments with the knowledge we have, with the experience we have, etc. But also NFT Ventures are discussions with telecom, with banks, with media house, with other kind of insurance company, etc., to see if we can collaborate, if we can cooperate between the startup companies and the other big players. Because I think there is not black and white. I think it's both. I think we need each other, because the big banks might not have the possibility to develop as fast as the new kind of companies is doing, even though they have a knowledge, they have a experience, but they might not have the possibilities to drive the projects as far as and as quick as the new startup companies. But I see also a lot of interesting discussions between the big banks and insurance company and the startups regarding cooperation, maybe investing in different kind of startups. We see them, I think you see them here in Finland as well, but we have a couple of nice examples the last couple of months in Sweden where banks like Swedbank, like Nordea and others has been a part and invest in startup company, which I believe will be a lot of things coming ahead. I don't want to go into these details because we have maybe not time enough to go to this, but I think the trends now is relevance is simplicity. I mean, we need to do things as simple as possible, because this is what the customers are asking for. And I think the companies we have been investing in are companies who has possible to drive the business development very fast. The other things is also, of course, to scale up the business in many other countries. This is what we're looking for. But I think one of the most important things, except timing, is also the team, because the people behind the company is absolutely the critical things. Because the people, the knowledge, the drive, the commitment they have is what we really looking into, because it's not easy to see where the company will go if you are early in the investment, but the people behind the company and the knowledge and the business idea is of course the most critical and important. And of course, grow profit will be important. I mean, for those investment we are doing, Some of the companies will be stars, some of them might not be anything at all, some of them will be bad, and so on. And we as a company, as an investment company, need to look into this company all the time, how they're performing, what they want to do, what they need to have in kind of support to develop their own business, because that's important for us, but of course also for each of the companies. I also believe that the telecom industry could take a leading part depending on what they want to do with the customer relation, but I think this is what we think and what we see, and let's see what that will lead us into the future. So, make a short summary. We have been looking into 800 companies. Will be around 12 to 15 people in the team. Some of them are seniors and some of them are younger analytic people. Out of these 800 companies we have been looking into, we have investing in 30 to 35. There will be a couple of more before the year end, and we will continue with this speed of investment, because we see that the time is now to do it, and the fintech and insurance area are really developing, and I think the banking services is just in the beginning of the beginning. Insurance is just also at the beginning of the beginning. There will be a lot more to come in the future. I just think we just see the first phase of this development. So for us it's important to be there, live close to the company, but also supporting the company as much as possible. And one of them is, of course, Enterpay, which we are very happy to be a part of. And we're looking forward to future cooperation, both with you and many other companies here in Finland. So thanks a lot for coming here. And I hope you will have the opportunity to ask questions or whatever later on today. Thank you.